Uh, I'm looking at the Sherlock story going, don't ruin Sherlock for me. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's like the Phoenix Wright one looks terrible. Like badly written and terrible. But the Sherlock one looks just awful and very disrespectful and just
It's just probably your standard Mary Sue bad fic.
yeah. Got some good news though. I'm almost done with my Angel Season 5 reviews.
Yay!
Yay! I've just got like 3 episodes left to review. Well, 2 episodes plus a 2-episode story arc that I'm going to do in one because I just cannot deal with both of those having their own separate episodes.
Weren't you reviewing something else?
Well, I'm doing a couple of film reviews too, and I'm going to see Blair Witch in September if I can. Because they're releasing a new film, and I love what they've done with the marketing. Like, they marketed it as The Woods for several months, and then recently they had a screening, and they had this big poster outside for all the people that were going in to the theater. And it says, The Woods, and it was the promo poster. But by the time they came out, when of course they had seen the film, it had been changed. They changed the entire poster to Blair Witch, which was very cool, I thought.
You know what we should go see and then do a post review on? We should go see Lights Out. Because I hear that's good. Let me see if it's playing anywhere near us. Let's see here.
Oh, I saw the short for that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the short, and I didn't even know this was a thing until, like, one of the people I normally watch their reviews, they reviewed this, and they're like, it's really good. They're like, there might be some things that some people might not like, but overall, it's a good movie. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess.
It doesn't look like something I particularly like. The short I was not that impressed by, and it is a PG-13 horror film with a family thing in it, so I'd probably not care much for it.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah, it's just like the original short was actually kind of neat because it was just like this one woman, and when she turned the lights out, there would be this figure, but then she turned them on and it would be gone, and it got increasingly tenser and tenser and creepier and creepier, and it wasn't a great short, honestly. I didn't like it very much, but it was a neat idea. But I don't think it really lends itself well to a film, especially one that's like some harrowed girl who tries to help her little brother, but something has an attachment to their mother. Like, maybe if it was R-rated, but I'm just kind of done with PG-13 horror films.
Well, I don't want to shoot it in its foot because it still could be a good movie, just maybe not to our taste.
Maybe, but too many things are red flags in that description to me. I do have to wonder if they're doing like a Blair Witch Midnight screening or something.
Now, is this a new movie or a remake?
It's a new movie. It's going to be released in September.
I don't know. I never cared for found movie things.
This isn't that.
Oh, well, I was looking up the trailer, and that's the first thing it opens up with, and I'm just like...
Yeah, there are clips in it that are clearly used from, like, cameras that they're using, but most of the film, from what I understand, is not it's not a found footage film like the original.
Okay, well, I'm gonna continue then. What was hilarious was that somebody just got like whisked up in the air and you started giggling. I'm just like, I know you can't see my screen, but that's kind of hilarious.
That guy just totally died.
You know, we are horrible people. We probably would if a movie was bad enough or somebody we didn't like got killed.
That's true, actually. But this new film, I'm really hopeful about it because the director and the writer of it both really enjoyed the mythology they created around the original.
Uh-huh.
And instead of like the second film where they basically said, oh, it's just a movie. This one is going to be set as a follow-up to the first one, where there's actually a lot of exploration of things that were introduced in the first film or even around the first film, which is kind of neat.
You know, I've actually never seen the Blair Witch movies, mostly because I always thought the concept of found footage was stupid, and so I was never interested in watching them.
Well, I like the original a lot. In fact, I did a video on it to be posted when I start posting again in September. Like, they did a great job internet marketing before internet marketing was a thing, because they had this limited budget, and the film was basically done because it was mostly all improvised, which is amazing to me. And they had very little in the way of budget, so they basically gave these actors, a trio of actors, some cameras, and they would meet with them every day to say, you know, we need you to improvise this sort of thing. Just record, improvise, improv, do whatever you can. And they would do things that would give them something to react to. And some of the things were expected and some of the things weren't. And so it was almost sort of like a game. But and then they assembled all of their footage, you know, and they had the actors actually kind of go underground for about 3 months. And that was really cool because, you know, even though you really kind of knew it was just a film, you know, it kind of made it scarier. But it was really the first of the found footage.
Yeah.
And, you know, as a result, I think some people, if they went back and looked at it now, would probably be like, oh, well, you know, it's just another found footage. But it's kind of like looking back on, you know, like the Conan films. Because it was like, the first Conan film was one of those that started the big boom in the 80s where everybody wanted to do like sword and sandal stuff. And then the second one was basically bringing in everything that made it good, you know, everything that they had got together to make it good. But people often looked at it as just, you know, like it's another sword and sandal film. But it was a really good sword and sandal film. Like, it was bringing together everything that people liked. So, but the first Blair Witch was one that was just a real sensation. I thought it was really scary because it wasn't just the found footage. It was also like, it was presented as evidence, and there was a lot of stuff like building up the mythology around it, which was kind of neat.
Anything else coming out that might be interesting?
I haven't really kept up.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, I haven't seen the first one though. The Conjuring. Don't breathe.
What?
That's what it says. Don't breathe.
Okay.
Sure. Lights Out. The Purge, which is supposed to be the last of the Purge movies. The Boy.
Oh yeah, that looked kind of interesting, but mainly because it has Lauren Cohen in it, and I like her.
The Forest, which has already been out. The Neon Demon. The Other Side of the Door. Hush. Before I Wake. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Amityville: The Awakening. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Ouija: Origin of Evil. The Darkness. 31. The Shallows. Are you fucking kidding me? Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
It's really the last one, we promise this time.
Bye Bye Man. Rings? Is that based off The Ring? Ring's previous title as The Ring 3D is upcoming American supernatural psychological horror directed by F. Javier Gutierrez? I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Gutierrez? Probably Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. And written by David Dorfman. Dorfman. Leatherface. Kel will probably be interested in that. Okay, how is this horror? Yoga Hosers.
Wow.
Okay, I want to know how the hell that's horror. Because this doesn't look anything. Okay, it says comedy, fantasy, horror. Two teenage yoga enthusiasts team up with a legendary manhunter to battle with an ancient evil presence that is threatening their major party plans. So it's Buffy if Buffy was into yoga instead of cheerleading, I guess. Let's see. Carnage Park. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. The other Underworld movie's coming out. I'm gonna have to go watch that. Oh, that's next year, not this year. Well, I looked up specifically 2016. Why are you showing me stuff that comes out next year? The Faith of Anna Waters, The Veil, Under the Shadow, Cabin Fever.
Ugh.
Is that a remake?
I think I've heard about it, yeah.
Blair Witch, Phantasm, Ravager? They're bringing Phantasm back? What is that? It's the fifth and final film in the Phantasm series.
Oh, good. We only waited, I don't know, 20-something years.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Really? Phantasm? Let's see here. I have not. I think I've only seen one Phantasm film ever, maybe two.
You weren't missing much. The some of the concepts are good, but overall it's just not a very good series.
Didn't Lupa review those?
I think so. Yeah, she did.
Let's see. Brothers Mike and Jody join family friend Reggie to battle the Tall Man, a supernatural undertaker, and his evil minions from another dimension for the final time. Gee, what a great synopsis of the movie. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, and that could be any movie.
Right.
Like, that sums up every single movie in the friggin' series.
Let's see. The Girl with All the Gifts looks more like an army thing, but okay. A novel by M.R. Carey, based, a short story. So is this like a zombie thing? What is this? Yeah. The infected, referred to as hungries, quickly lose their mental powers and feed on the flesh of healthy humans. The disease spreads through blood and saliva, but can also spread through spores created by the fungus. Yeah, I don't care about it anymore. A zombie movie.
Yeah, some of these sound intriguing, but some of them is just like, oh god. And I really hate it when they bring back a series and they just do it for like the name recognition or some sort of misguided nostalgia, and it's like the Phantasm series. Nobody was asking for this. It's like Witchcraft 13, like nobody was asking for this movie. You made it anyway.
It's like bringing back Radu. I mean, I like Radu, and I like watching Subspecies, but, like, really. Michelle. Why are you crying, Michelle? Stop that!
Damn it, Michelle.
Damn it, Michelle!
Stop crying. All you do is just cry all the time.
I'll have to rewatch those reviews.
I love the one where Radu's mother, she flings a knife and they have that G.I. Joe cartoon character dude that joins them, and he's so stupid, and he has 5 minutes on screen before someone throws a knife into his skull, and it's just, well, there we go. That's his bit. He's done now.
The Disappointments Room.
Oh, that's basically the story of our lives.
Yes, that is bad fanfiction theater in a nutshell. Okay. A mother and her young son release unimaginable horrors from the attic of their rural dream home. Why in the world would anybody steal great evil in somebody's attic? That's just asking for trouble. They should have known better. Incarnate.
Oh, God.
Do I want to know what this one's about?
Seriously, if you want to steal evil away, you put it in an oubliette. That's what they're for. Like people only seem to know about oubliettes from like Labyrinth, but like that seriously, like an oubliette is where you put something you want to forget about. So
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and people aren't supposed to find it. Like people are not supposed to remember about this. It's supposed to be forgotten.
I'm glad you went into further detail with it because I couldn't actually remember what that was. I'm like, I know that's from Labyrinth, but I have no idea what it is. Let's see. Okay. Incarnate. The film follows and this is in quotes by the way, an unconventional exorcist who can tap into the subconscious of the possessed, in quotes, who meets his match when he confronts his next case, an 11-year-old boy possessed by a demon from his past. Okay. Friend request.
Oh God, not another internet-based horror film.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna skip over it. Sharknado, The Fourth Awakens. Did we already have Sharknado 3?
Yep.
We did.
They are up to the. They're at least up to the fourth. They may have the fifth film. I know they're going to keep going with that while they can. Cause...
Yeah. Just keep going as fast as you can. We'll make as much money off this dead horse as we can.
Well, it's not like they have huge budgets that they have to worry about. I mean, just about any profit is probably a huge profit.
Okay, Morgan. Corporate risk management consultant Lee Weathers has to determine whether or not to terminate the life of an artificial being that was created in the corporation's laboratory. Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, oh, well, never mind then.
I think my eyes just glossed over.
I'm like, corporate thriller / horror? Nah. Red Christmas. The Blackout Experiments. That could be interesting. Considering the guy on the poster for this is like got barbed wire wrapped around his eyes and his mouth. Ow. Is this already out? Because it's got like 3 stars, so it's okay. The Blackout Experiments takes you inside the most traumatic haunted house of all time. Oh, this came out in January.
Why would you release a haunted house film in January?
You know, that's the thing that Mom never really got. She's like, because, like, they would always release all these horror movies in summer or around Christmas. And Mom's like, why don't they ever release, like, horror movies, like, during October when it would make sense?
Yeah, it's like you should always release them somewhere between like September, October, November. Those are the prime times for horror films. And like in summer I can see if it's a more kind of action-y film, I guess, but like people aren't looking for that usually.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that would be more like when you want to release like zombie flick because that's a lot of shooting and cool cars and things.
And like in early spring, I can see doing that too, because like the spring and fall and winter sort of feeling is very conducive to horror, but like not in December, never in December. People are tense enough; they don't want more tension, and that's what horror is about. It's about suspense and building suspense. You don't want that.
I gotta go to this party where all my relatives I don't like are gonna be there, but before I go do that, let me go watch this horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. And like January is not a good month for any film, especially like films that are not exactly well known or well promoted.
As much as My Bloody Valentine 3D sucked, at least that one makes sense being released in February. Kind of.
Yeah. It does, yeah.
Anti-birth. What in the hell is this?
What?
That's what it says, anti-birth. Okay, the synopsis of this, and I guess it's already been out. Oh yeah, it also came out in January, for some reason. A stoner has to get a grip on reality when she wakes up with with strange symptoms after a night of partying. Okay?
That's
Yeah.
it makes me think that they don't really know how pot works. Like, how much was she partying and with what? Because you don't generally have blackouts. Like, you'd probably know what you were doing if you're having weird symptoms.
The final project. 6 college students face a night of terror when they venture deep into the backwoods of Louisiana to film a documentary about a haunted Civil War plantation.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm thinking about the final project. It's like they had to do a group project for their final, and that's why it's a horror film, because anybody that's had to do a group project that actually means something knows how horrible that is.
Holidays, guy wearing like a rabbit mask, Daylight's End. Okay, the more I go, some of these just, I'm like, that doesn't look like horror at all.
Yeah, well, a lot of them really, to be honest. I've seen a lot of films that just don't quite make it as horror.
That's fantasy science fiction. How is that horror? Also fantasy science fiction. Oh no, I mean action. Don't Hang Up. Don't Hang Up is an upcoming British thriller film by Joe Johnson.
Oh, done already.
Yeah. I'm just like, not my thing.
The word British is what kind of kills it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen British horror, but considering what I know of British anything, I don't know if that'll translate well.
Honestly, a lot of British horror is just garbage.
Range 15. Veteran. Oh, wait! I think this is what came out. Yeah, Kelvin's been talking about this for a while. It's another zombie movie, but it's about like a bunch of Marines, stuck in like a zombie apocalypse. It's a horror comedy. Yeah, I don't really understand it either, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sadako versus Kayoko is a 2016 Japanese supernatural horror film directed by Koji Shiraishi. Shiraishi?
Shiraishi, yeah.
Okay. It is a crossover of the yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I know those. Of horror films, which it is the 12th film in both franchises.
Why would
Also, I didn't know there was 12 films of either franchise.
I think what they mean is that total with both franchises, it's the 12th film. Because I know there's not 12 films in either franchise.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, that's a lot of movies. A lot of them. Okay. Satanic. At least that sounds vaguely horror-like. Oh, it's already been out and it only has 2 stars.
Oh, what's it about?
Terror awaits some friends after they meet a dangerous young woman from a Los Angeles cult.
Scientology?
Considering the movie's title, I would assume Satanism, but
not real Satanism, just the kind of goofy movie Satanism.
Yeah.
Satanism isn't even fun in goofy movie anymore. It's just like, it's usually some boring shit that's just like, oh well, we're all serial killers. Wow, that's really interesting. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, you could have like actual evil Satanists, or you could have the ones that are actually technically atheists, but they just have more a materialistic point of view.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, like, you'll have sometimes like the theistic or mystical Satanists, but it's not the same as like Hollywood Satanists.
Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna do a film about Satan worshipping evil people, at least make it interesting. Most of the time when they do, quote unquote Satanists these days, it basically is just a group of people who are just serial killers. And it's just like, put some demons in here or something, put some cool monsters or something. Usually it's just like, this might as well be the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just not in Texas, You've got creepy serial killer people in basically a culture of family or something. It's, like in the 70s, they actually cared about presentation and making it creepy and eerie and making these people seem scary. Like the big scary part about Rosemary's Baby is that these people were just like regular people, but they were also Satan worshippers. Like that was the scary reveal. Oh, all these people that we thought were just, regular people, nice people. Oh, well, they're actually worshipping Satan and they think your baby is the Antichrist. That's kind of creepy. That's kind of scary.
Thanks for ruining the movie I've never seen for me.
Honestly, the film is so old.
But, like, really, I haven't seen. I think Mom has. I think Kelvin has.
It's not really much of a reveal, to be honest. Like, if you didn't clue in on this from the very beginning or get it from simply just like social bombardment, it's one of those things. It's like the Stepford Wives, like.
The Remains. After a family moves into an old home, it discovers? I didn't realize family was an object.
Maybe it's talking about the house. Maybe the house is an amateur detective.
I see. It discovers a chest in the attic that contains items tainted by a malevolent spirit.
What is this with people in the attic?
It's a thing now. As the items slowly possess each family member, the items can do this, not the evil spirit that taints them. The spirit grows stronger and becomes hell-bent on kidnapping the children. How it can do that, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like the Tsukumogami, which is like if like an item reaches 100 years old, it becomes like a yokai, a sort of an entity of its own and with a consciousness. But like, how do items, even if they have their own consciousness, why would they want to possess people? And like what happens if you get possessed by like the dildo? Like, what does it make you do? What is a lamp gonna make you do? It's like that Amityville film where like there was the evil lamp that they were really trying real hard to build up as a scary thing. It's a friggin' lamp.
It's gonna be like that one time in Clock Tower 2, where the mask is attacking you, and you have to dodge the mask.
That seems like it might be something that could be presented in a scary way, but I don't know.
At least in the first Clock Tower game, you had the parrot, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. And you're just like, is that parrot saying what I think it is? Oh my god, it's actually attacking me. Oh my god, it killed me.
That seems somewhat unlikely.
It happens. It's a thing. Also, the bird will tattletale on you if you're hiding from the killer and the scissor man walks into the room.
Wow.
So you have to do something about the bird before you hide.
Yeah, just, it can work in some stories, but like, if you have like a bird or a piece of furniture or something like that, like, it's just not that threatening. Like, you could very easily take care of any of these things, like the friggin' lamp in Amityville, or, I don't know, possessed items in your attic, just burn them. It's not that hard. I still don't understand, really. Like, why would they want to possess you, and what would they make you do? What happens if a fridge possesses you?
Well, remember, it's not the items themselves that become evil. They're tainted by a malevolent spirit. So, I don't know. Maybe the spirit was just hungry, and you disturbed it, so it threw a fridge at you. Now that would actually be scary. Like something picks up a fridge and throws it at you. Fridges are not exactly light.
I could see an ambulatory fridge menacing, because a fridge can fall on you and kill you. But I don't know, a lamp, a dildo, a shoe. Like, what about tiny items too, like a thimble? Like, what the fuck's a thimble gonna do to you?
And that's it with horror movies thus far.
We should probably get reading.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We started talking about horror.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just thinking, the longer we wait, the worse this is gonna be.
Well, we've already killed 40 minutes, so.
Yeah.